Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. This is Lisa's leftovers and this is keeping it real. It's lunchtime. I've warmed up some leftovers. When I talk to y'all about waste not, want not, and use what you got and all that, I really do follow that. So if I've got leftovers in there, I'm gonna eat them for lunch or make another meal out of them. If you follow the page, you know that you can search in the search bar, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real, cabbage, and all the cabbage recipes will come up to you. If you're a YouTuber, you can also find them there. I've done cabbage steaks, I've done 3B cabbage, I've done, which got 18 million views or something crazy like that. I think that was the first video that ever went viral, the 3B cabbage. And I've done that inside, I've done it on the grill, so you can see it in different forms. I've also done another recipe that had cabbage, pasta, and sausage in it. You can search that if you want to find out what to do with your cabbage. And now I've done fried cabbage, so y'all should be able to find that. But here's the thing. This morning when I did my live with coffee with y'all, behind me, I showed y'all a picture of the Cookie Monster. Her name is Sugar Cookie. Sometimes she's Sugar Cookie, sometimes she's Cookie, and sometimes she's the Cookie Monster. She's one. She just turned 1 in April. And while I was on live with y'all for what, 5 minutes, maybe, tops, I thought she was chewing on a toy behind me. And I showed y'all that. But I'm going to show y'all even before I tell my husband about this, what she actually was chewing on. Hold on. My mom's going to have a fit. Like, why do you have it? Do y'all see that right there? Right there on this red wall. It had a little divot in it. She found the divot and she was digging in the wall and pulled the paint off. And that's what she was chewing on. She's like a toddler. If she thinks I'm on the phone with somebody, which I was on my phone with y'all, she's going to try to get away with doing crazy stuff. So anyway, she's definitely the Cookie Monster today. She did a Cookie Monster thing, and I'm going to have to break that to the hubs in some fashion. And I was going to go clean out my closet as well today, and I still might. But I didn't want him to see big bags of stuff that I can't wear anymore for whatever reason, that I'm going to donate to the Goodwill or whatever. Plus the hole in the wall. Plus all that he has to deal with on the farm. I don't want to push him over the edge, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just telling y'all like a friend. I've got to watch what kind of bad news I give him. And all at one time, I just don't know if I can do that. So after that, I went and did my 20 minutes of yoga. You know, it has the soft music. And I do it on YouTube. And I always look for one that's like standing yoga for seniors, or chair yoga for seniors, or beginners. Because I'm not that great at it. And I'm in there trying to relax and breathe and inhale, exhale, all that. Trying to calm myself down over the wild thing. And all I can think is all these poses that they're telling us to do, whoever's watching the YouTube, this particular one, she had a cat pose, a cow pose, and a horse pose, which in turn reminds me of my husband and the fact that I got to tell him about this stupid wall at some point. I'm just saying, the struggle is real. And then at the very end, not even at the very end, there was one pose she wanted you to put your hands together like this and do them like this, and it's called eagle pose or something. I can't do all that. I'm too fluffy for that. I can't hold all that together without this trim. I just can't do it. And honestly, at the end of the thing, when she said, you know, all that and breathe and then namaste, all I thought was namaste right here in the comfort of my own living room, doing this yoga. I'm not going to a class and doing it publicly because there ain't no telling what I look like when I'm trying to do those poses. I'm not trying to like discourage anybody from doing yoga. I'm just saying the struggle is real at 53 to try to do cat, cow, horse, pose, and breathe, and namaste. And there's things falling out, like as I'm doing it, so I'm trying to pull things back in. I can't talk about that on public social media, but anyway, that's what I do to try to calm down. And my question is, at the end of yoga, does anybody just completely fall out? Because that's what I feel like after I've namasteed and tried to keep my elbows together, push my thing, pull stuff up that's falling out, and breathe, and not think about the dog tearing a hole in the wall. Anyway, Michelle says, try it at 63, girl. The struggle is real, Michelle. I ain't kidding. And I've never had a dog that's made a hole in the wall. Now, granted, there was a little divot. I knew about the divot because I think I did it with a chair one time. I hit it. Anyway, she must have found that little divot. Y'all can go back and watch the live. I show her over my shoulder, and I think she's chewing on a toy. No, she was chewing on the leftovers of that sheetrock and that paint. And now I got to tell the hubs about it. And I ain't looking forward to it. So if y'all see him out and about before tonight, don't tell him. Like, don't say, hey, how's the wall? I saw your wife on live and the dog ate a hole. Don't call me out like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, back to food and the cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. I'm having the last Carolina Treat chicken pie, the leftover cabbage that I fried, which is delicious, by the way, after I did my yoga. And then I'm going to have a little bit of pineapple, which I bought at Walmart, and cut it up. And anyway, that's the real truth. I can't lie about it. So y'all, if you have any advice about telling the hubs about, Opa says make the hubs a pound cake first. You know what? I could do that. And do I have the ingredients? Then I'm going to eat it too, though, just so you know. So when I'm trying to eat healthier, I try not to have a lot of stuff in here. We still got strawberry bread in here. I could sweeten them up with that, maybe. I don't know. I ain't sure about this one. If you have any advice for me, I'd love to see it underneath here. I remember when the kids were little, if they did something like that, I was nervous the whole day thinking, I got to tell him they did that. But the worst things my kids ever did on the wall was they took a little tractor. It was Drew, my oldest. And he had gone down for a nap, or was supposed to have gone down for a nap. He had been out at the barn on the farm with the men folk that morning. And they thought it was a great idea to feed him Mountain Dew. And probably my father-in-law, God rest his soul, probably gave him all he wanted of a Mountain Dew. He was bouncing off the walls. He was like 3 years old. And I could hear him in there in his room. And I could hear this. And when I finally went in there to check on him, which I didn't let him stay doing that for long, but I thought, okay, let me see if he's going to calm down and go to sleep. He had taken a little pocket-sized tractor, John Deere tractor, out of his pocket. He carried him around in his pocket at that time. And he was scraping it on the wall, like driving it on the wall. So there was marks everywhere on the wall. He was off the hook. Anyway, now I got a toddler that just turned 1 that's, the Cookie Monster. And I'm going to have to tell him about this because there ain't no hiding that. It's not in a place I've already checked where I could put a chair or I could put a plant or something where he wouldn't see it. They're going to see it. It's right here in plain view. And it's in the walkway to how we get outside to take Cookie to potty. Anyway, I'm going to try to calm down about it. I'll see y'all later. Cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Say a prayer for me. I need it. I'll see y'all.